a lot of these awards are voted for by fans, but it's just the general fan reaction. So I'm delighted to say that maybe the greatest accolade I could have is just the way people would confront me on Twitter and about my character.
Yeah, how was that?
Well, it's nothing I can say here, no. And in terms of the abuse that he got. Yeah, I mean, quite inventive too. In fact, but when I left the show in my final week, I circulated a little video I put together on the WhatsApp group that the cast have about some of my favourite mean tweets, and it was just a litany of abuse that I was really chuffed to have received, because it meant you were doing the job right.
Well, this is it. In some ways, it's good, but in other ways, you must take it a little bit personally if it's on your personal feed, to kind of, because sometimes the audience doesn't see the difference.
If I was just starting out in the industry, I think I might have done. I've been doing it long enough that this is for the teenagers out there. But I was acting before social media was even around. So when I was leaving drama school, I think my wife and I got a mobile phone that we shared. It's that kind of thing. Yeah. And it was almost the days of you were waiting by the phone still. Because battery life was appalling.
The landline, yeah.
And it was saying, well, I can't go too far. Well, in the sort of 60s and 70s, it was people sitting in pubs in Soho with pagers. So we've come a long way since then, that you get this immediate kind of reaction from the fans. So I think I would have taken it more personally, if I was younger, because there's an obvious part of being a fan of a soap is that you blur the lines between actor and character. So people were saying things like, how can you do this to this character? How can you, Bob Cryer, you are and you wouldn't, I wouldn't even go out of my way to explain the difference, because I think then you come across as a bit sort of prissy and a bit precious.
Maybe.
You sort of go, that's all part of the deal. If you're going to put yourself in the shop window in a soap, it doesn't make necessarily any of the criticism justified, but then that's also a lesson that being in my mid-40s, getting this kind of exposure is useful, having 20 odd years of acting up until that point, you shouldn't really read the good ones either, or take notice of those. I mean, that's always a good piece of advice, isn't it? Don't read reviews unless it's something that a director will read and see is a kind of a tap on the shoulder for them, and then bring it to your attention. But you should certainly wait for trusted friends and colleagues to maybe mention something. But if you're just voraciously poring over that stuff, only bad things can happen to your performance and to your self-esteem as a result of it. So you've got to keep a private sense of self, that's bulletproof.
It must be hard though. You have a family, you have children, your friends, and they see what's going up there as well. So it must be, like you say, you've had 20 years dealing with this, and you can get your head around it easier. But
my kids haven't.
Yeah. Has that been difficult at all, or?
Maybe on another kind of soap, perhaps. Yeah. Hollyoaks is so obviously. And I mean this in the nicest way, there's fantastical elements to it. It's a little more aspirational in the way that its characters are, a profile.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like what you just saw, and if you want to see the full-length version of these conversations, hop across to our website at actors-anonymous.com.